Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Alam ko pong batid ninyo na tuwing ika-2 linggo ng Kwaresma, lagi nating binabasa ang tungkol sa pagbabagong anyo ng Panginoon. Ang tawag po natin sa English, TRANSFIGURATION, which is a specialized term that has to do with transformation, pagbabago. Pagbabagong hindi lamang pagbabago ng sinong namumuno, pagbabago ng mga leaders sa ating mga samahan, sa Homeowners Association. Malalim po itong pagbabago. Pero ang pagbabago pong ito ay nasa konteksto ng pag-akyat sa bundok. At baka po nakakalimutan ninyo na may 2 pagkakataon na binabanggit ang mga ebanghelyo na tinawag ng Panginoon si Pedro, si Juan at si Santiago. Ang una po ay ito, sa bundok ng Tabor. Pero meron pong bundok ng olives, ng mga oliba. Yan po ang kung kailan tumangis ang Panginoon at nakiusap na hanggat maaari ay tanggalin sa kanyang mga pasanin ang nakikita niyang pahirap, pasakit, pagkamatay. Ngayon ho, sa 2 pagkakataon, ang mga kasama niya, si Pedro, si Juan at si Santiago, ay katulad po natin. Sino ba sa inyo ang hindi inantok sa lecture habang kayo nag-aaral? Nung kami nag-aaral sa UST, meron kaming teacher na buong semester ang pinag-usapan namin ay inspiration. And so after 3 meetings, I was sleeping in class. I was bored. The 3 of them were sleeping during those 2 major moments of transfigurations. But in point of fact, we can talk about 2 forms of transfiguration. Ang ngayon po ay ang kanyang pagbabagong anyo sa kaluwalhatian. Isa pa hong paimakas. That's a big word in Tagalog. But the English is not even better. It's a foretaste. It's an anticipation, an anticipatory vision of what is coming. Pinatikim ho ng Panginoon ang 3 disipulo na kanyang pinahalagahan ng pahimakas ng kung ano ang luwalhating makakamit niya. Pero ito pong 3 ring ito, pinatikim rin ng Panginoon ang pahimakas ng kanyang paghihirap. Natulog ho yung 3. At ngayon tulog rin sila. But if I may see a bit of good news here, dito po sa report ni San Lucas, nang nalaman nilang nagbagong anyo, they were awakened. They were roused from stupor, and they witnessed the glory that was His right from the beginning, hidden in the unassuming nature of Him as a man who was being introduced by the Father, who would fulfill the great mission of salvation. Tayo pong lahat ay kinakailangan ng magising. I'll tell you 2 stories. 2 weeks ago, 3 linggo na po ng giyera sa Ukraina. And in the first week, nagulantang po ang mundo sa mga larawan ng mga paghihirap. At sa Mariupol, the city of Mary, alam po nating nawasak ang syudad. More than 1,500 people were killed and buried hurriedly in mass graves. At sa dami-dami ng mga kwento, kung minsan may mga kwentong nakakagulantang, nakakagising sa atin. At ito po ang kwento ng isang 11-year-old boy. His mother told him, "Go and travel alone. Go away from the darkness of this war and all the dangers associated with this unjust war. I'm sending you to make a 600-mile journey alone by yourself and go to our cousins, our relatives in Slovakia, in Bratislava. Walang baon ng bata kundi isang supot na plastic ng damit. Kaunting pera na hindi kasya sa kanyang 600-mile trip. Lampas po ng Aparito Hulo in a straight line. So, 11-year-old, ano po nangyari sa batang ito? He became a man overnight. Suffering changes you. And I know deep inside, those of you who have reflected on your own pain, it has changed you. It has made you better persons. It has matured you. This boy grew up to be a man overnight because it's not easy to travel alone at 11 years old. Lalo na kung hindi ka naman nakalabas ng lugar mo ng mas malayo pa sa 50 kilometro. But this is 600 miles, 1.6 kilometers to a mile. We're talking here about transformation. Pero ang pagbabagong anyo ng Panginoon na inaganap sa bundok. Ano pong ibig sabihin ito? I've climbed 22 Philippine mountains. I know what I'm talking about. And coming down from the mountain, when I hear the stories of the young people whom I brought up the mountain, each of them had a different story, like as if we climbed so many different mountains. Ang tanong ko po sa inyo ito, anong klaseng bundok ang inyong tinatahak? Anong klaseng bundok ang inyong inaakyat? Kung ang bundok na inyong inaakyat ay bundok ng ambisyon, tulad ng napakaraming kandidato ngayon na wala namang malasakit sa inyong kapakanan. At alam nating sa kasaysayan, I'm not singling out anybody, you know very well. Pagkatapos namang manalo, may pakialam ba sa buhay nyo? May pakialam ba sa buhay natin? Tayo ang magbabayad ng lahat ng kanilang ginagastos. Tayo ang magbabayad ng utang. Pero anong klaseng bundok ang tinatahak at inaakit natin? Bundok ng ambisyon, bundok ng pagpapasasa sa sarili. Today, I'd like to tell you that the transfiguration of the Lord could not have taken place, and it took place in a place where there was no other place better. And that was up on the mountain of Tabor. We need to go up our mountains. And I tell another story right now. How to do this is not easy. It's not easy when people make you suffer. The story of E.J. Obiena, one of the most promising pole vaulters of our Philippine sports history. Number 5 siya sa hanay ng mga pinahalagan sa mundo. Inaawitan ng Japan, inaawitan ng iba pang bansa. Maraming bansa nagsasabing mag-migrate ka na lang sa amin, pati Amerika. Because you show promise as a pole vaulter. He struggled. He suffered. But what am I telling you right now? Nagpakita ho ng hindi lang struggle. He showed strength. And then after showing struggle and strength, then he tells us what is hope all about. He tells us that even if the Philippine Sports Commission and the PATAFA, I don't know what that means, all the people involved in the Olympic Committee are all politicized and acting like spoiled brats and thinking only about their own personal ends and not about the glory of our country. Not to mention the glory of E.J. Obiena. E.J. says, I'm not going anywhere. I'm a Filipino. Listen, I'm not canonizing him. But we need to tell ourselves stories of people who struggled, who showed strength, but who showed hope. Why? Because everything we see around us is hopeless. The war in Ukraine leads us on the brink of a third world war. And that guy keeps on talking about, I can release those weapons that you have never seen the likes ever in your life. And alam natin ang club ng may mga nuclear weapons ay dumami na. Nandiyan ang Iran, nandiyan ang Pakistan, nandiyan ang China, nandiyan ang Russia, nandiyan din ang iba pang bansa. Of course, America, who invented it all, pretends to be the policeman of the world. Everybody does wrong except themselves. Sila lang may karapatang gumawa ng nuclear weapons. And polices everybody and tells everybody to behave. I'm not demonizing America, but neither am I demonizing Putin. I am not canonizing E.J. Obiena, like I was not canonizing that 15-year-old boy that I told you about 2 weeks ago, who died of diabetes, who showed little signs of hope. Because if we can see around you, around us, people who show struggle in their pain, in their problems, who show strength in their hope, and who show hope in concrete, then this country is not being given to the dogs. Then we have hope. Many years ago, those of you who are old or older than me would remember the song of Carly Simon. That song talks about anticipation. And the first line says, we can never know the days to come, but we think about them anyway. Anticipation is making me late, is keeping me waiting. That song talks about anticipation in a negative sense, because anticipation means waiting and longing, perhaps for something that we should not be waiting for, that we have no reason, human reason enough to wait for. But hope is not just anticipation, but hope does have to do with anticipatory vision. And today we are shown an anticipatory vision of what is to come, the already of our faith, given the not yet of our miserable existence here in this valley of tears. Given the dysfunctional nature of everything we do, political, economic, or otherwise, even the lack of unity in the Catholic Church that we all love, ang kawalan ng pagkakaisa pati ng mga obispo, ang kawalan ng pagkakaisa kung ano ang tayo at ang pronouncement tungkol sa mga nagaganap sa ating lipunan. We have reason to be sad, but I tell you, the stories of saints, the stories of Peter, James, and John are basically a story of struggle, a story of strength, a story of hope. Transfiguration is a story of hope, but it is also as much a story of struggle, because in order for us to see the final glory of that is to come, not only for Christ, the Lord, but for everyone who follows Him, we need to follow Him on the way to Calvary. We need to climb the mountain of Olives. We need to climb the Mount of Tabor. And then we will see. And then perhaps we can join forces with Peter, who said, let us build 3 tents here, one for Moses, one for you, and one for Elijah. The Lord wouldn't hear any of it. And they, after saying that, what did they hear? Out from the cloud came a voice that said, do not worry so much about tents yet, but know who is with you. And this is the best part. God Himself revealed for us who Jesus was and is. This is my chosen Son, listen to Him. We need to do like that 11-year-old boy, struggle, showed strength, and hoped. He carried only a small plastic bag of few personal items, little money. He got by with the charity of people that were captured by his innocence and by his smiles. He had only one piece of paper apart from that bag. It was where the telephone number of relatives in Bratislava was written. This telephone number was his lifeline. What is our lifeline now? Believe in your heart. If you climb the mountain of the Lord, you will see glory that you have never seen before. And I This time, I'd like to paraphrase the threat of Putin. He talks about you will see war and weaponry that you have never seen before. He will die also like you and me. All despots and dictators and crazy people and political leaders, even dictators, they all have an end. History tells us as much. We all have an end. But I'd like us to bring that little piece of paper with us where it says, "This is my chosen son. Listen to him. Climb your mountain and see the glory that you have never seen before." This is our hope. This is our faith. This is our conviction.